All right, so the Bank of Canada has given us their final rate cut for 2022, and they increased 50 basis points, so 0.5%. We went from 3.75 to 4.25, little higher than I thought. I know that generally the street, or call it all the banks and all that kind of the financial sector. I think it was 64% figured to be 25, and then 30 some odd percent figured to be 50. I myself thought we would only see 25. I didn't think they would be this aggressive right before Christmas because inflation is starting to really affect people. Now, one thing to mention though is the tonality out of the Bank of Canada has changed slightly. And to kind of dig into that a bit more is they are seeing what they wanted to see, which inflation is easing, or core inflation is easing, and demand destruction is happening, and that's what they wanted, right? They do want to curb demand for everything from housing to vehicles to home renos to new TVs, and they're accomplishing it. However, and I'm going to read from the report, and what I've said in previous videos is you always just skip to the last paragraph because that's where they say what they want to do. So I'm just going to read it. I don't want to paraphrase it. I'm just going to read it. It's going to be a lot easier. So Governing Council will be considering whether the policy interest rate needs to rise further to bring supply and demand back into balance and return inflation to target. They go on to say further towards the last sentence is, we are resolute in our commitment to achieving the 2% inflation target and restoring price stability in Canada. Now, the language is slightly different. However, they're still saying they want to see inflation at 2%, and we're still at, I guess, October, we ended at 6.9. So there's still a ways to go. I do believe that at the next meeting, I believe it's January 25th, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there, I do believe they're going to do another rate increase unless we see some drastic changes of inflation and demand. But who knows? And I think if they're going to do it, because they did 50 basis points, I think they're going to do another 50. They might even do 75. And that's because if inflation does not cool over holiday times, because let's be honest, there's a lot of shopping that goes on right now, whether it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then just regular holiday shopping, that could push inflation numbers higher, which could scare the Bank of Canada and the Fed. So anyways, Matt Santacapita from the Santa Cells House team. If you've got any questions about this, let us know. Thank you.